Hey squad, welcome back. I'm Deuce, and today I'm going to be showing you 5 incredibly useful Logic Pro features that you probably never knew existed. So let's dive in. Before we get started, I just want to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters, one of whom suggested this video, which I think was a great idea. First up, have a listen to this rhythm section, and in particular, check out the 808 bass on this groove. Now, if you're searching for 808s, look no further, because this 808 bass exists right here in Logic Pro as standard, and you can find it right here in the drum synth. And this is it right here. Now, I did a full review video of the fantastic Logic Pro drum synth when it first came out. If you want to learn more, definitely check this video out using the link above and in the description. I think the drum synth is a fantastic tool that's so often overlooked. Besides the 808 bass, there's a ton of other really powerful and useful electronic drum sounds you can add to your production, whether it be kick drums, percussion, snares and claps, hi-hats, and other effects. And the great thing about this drum synth is how easy it is to edit the sounds. Just quickly looking at the controls right here, you can really easily adjust the pitch of your bass to suit the pitch of your production, moving up or down in semitone increments. And the other really important control right here is the saturation knob, which allows the bass tone to cut through the mix a lot better without having to use an additional distortion plugin. And finally, the decay knob. So if you're looking for some cool 808 bass and other 808 kit sounds, definitely check out the Logic drum synth. Just load up a software instrument track and the drum synth is right here. Load that up and you're good to go. If you're using Logic's track automation features in your productions, then good for you. Your productions will only get better. But are you using these really cool automation tricks? As you can see, the volume automation on this part right here, it starts at -3 dB, drops down to -4 dB, and then we drop down again to -5 dB. What if I wanted to remove this last adjustment really quickly? All I need to do is highlight the section and press delete. There you go. Let's undo that. How about if I wanted to increase the volume just for this section? Once again, we highlight the section and we grab here and we can pull that up like so. How about if I wanted a volume of 0 dB to start at bar 65? Again, highlight the section, grab this and drag it along like so. Finally, what if I wanted to adjust all of these automation points up or down, but maintaining the exact amount of difference between each of these points? That's a 1 dB difference there and a 1 dB difference here. What we do is we come over here to the first automation point, hold down the Option or Alt key, click and drag down. Let's come down to say -7 dB. So we're at -7 dB here, and we've still maintained a 1 decibel drop from there to there and a 1 decibel drop from there to there. Check out this video to learn even more about the track automation features in Logic Pro. Now here's another really neat feature that you're probably not using, and this is a great little tip to help keep your interface tidy and also speed up your workflow. As you can see, I've got 5 audio plugins on this drum track and they're dotted all over the screen, which is not at all ideal. And the plugins themselves are a combination of Logic plugins as well as some third-party plugins. Now this tip is to use the link function. If I click here and then I close all of these other windows, now if I choose the compressor window opens and it automatically closes the EQ window. Let's go back to the EQ. EQ opens, compressor closes. How about the overdrive? Overdrive opens and the previous one closes. How about this one? And that's really handy to keep things nice and clean and tidy on your screen. Now there are 2 link modes, and if you hold down the control key and click, you can switch between single and multi-mode. But we're just focused on single mode for now. That for me is the most useful. Of course, you can click off to switch back to normal mode, but if we click once in single mode, this is what you get. A really handy tip. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far, remember to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And you can also support my efforts by heading over to patreon.com/MTTC. Okay, let's dive back in. Now, here's another fantastic Logic Pro feature that many people are unaware of. I've got 2 drum beats right here. The first one is a boom bap drum sample. Have a quick listen. And this second one is a Logic drummer groove played by the electronic drummer. Have a quick listen. Okay, now what I want to do is transfer the groove information from this drum sample and have the Logic drummer track groove to the boom bap sample drums. Now to do so, we need to employ Logic's groove track feature. What we want to do is right click on a track like so, come down to track header components and choose groove track just here. You'll see a new column open up, one with a star and one with a tick box. On this occasion, we want to groove to the drum sample. So we're going to put the star here. If we wanted to groove to the Logic drummer track, then we'd put the star here. However, we're doing it the other way around. We're going to tick this box to say this is the track that is going to be influenced by this. And now we don't even need to have the volume of the sample drums switched on. Let's turn the volume off from the sample drums and we're going to A/B this. Let's take the tick out and have a quick listen to our Logic drummer track. Now put the tick in. Did you hear the difference? Well, there's definitely a difference. You can even see the visual changes on these impulses when you switch this on and off. You see that? This feature is not just for drums. You can apply this to your bass lines, your keyboards, and other instruments in your Logic production. For a more in-depth overview on the Logic Pro Groove Track feature, check out this video where I go into far more detail. And now for one of Logic's most powerful tools, which many Logic users have no idea actually exists. And that, of course, is the transform window. One way to access this feature is by selecting a MIDI region, go to Window, and then come down to Open MIDI Transform. And this is it right here. The quick way to access it is using the key command and number 9, command 9. Now there's so much power available in this really simple unit, but we're just going to focus on a couple. First of all, look up here where you see preset, quantize note length. We're going to click this drop down arrow and come to velocity limiter. You see the window changes right here, and we're currently looking at the MIDI events for this piano part. Let's have a quick listen. Okay, now as you can see, all of these MIDI notes have different colors, and that indicates the different velocities that they're struck by. This one has a velocity of 111, this one 100, this one 72, and this one down here, let's see, 39. What if I wanted to have a maximum velocity of, say, 95? Let's pull that down to 95. Is choose select and operate. And now if I hover over these, 89, this one's 95, this one's 39. How about if I wanted to have a minimum velocity? Change that to minimum. And let's say our minimum velocity was, say, 50. Select and operate. And now the ones that were 39 are now 50, but the notes that had larger velocities will not exceed 95. Now, the velocity limiter is just one of the great features you can use to adjust your MIDI events. There's another great one, which is right here under Humanize. Select Humanize. We can then make adjustments on our velocity, our note length, as well as the position of the notes. Let's just select and operate once again. And now our notes have changed. Let's do it one more time. And you can see there was a slight change in position and velocity. It's definitely worthwhile exploring what all of these fantastic functions do within the MIDI transform window, because by mastering this could really enhance your music production process. And of course, I've got a video on this particular Logic feature, which you can check out right here using the links above as well as in the description. Anyway, that's it for the video. I do hope you found value in it. And if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. It's always great hearing from you. And if you want to support me further, why not head over to patreon.com/MTTC and become a member there. So until next time, I'm Deuce, I'm out. Peace.